Everyone, welcome. We're going to go through every single vehicle on GTA you cannot buy. Alright, so I'm going to turn down my music first. First up we have the Lifeguard Blazer. Now on PS3 I had this thing modded where it could be black and you can have custom tires on it. You cannot insure this thing, but there was some insuring glitches throughout the game. So if you did snag on that, like throughout the GTA before patches, you would be able to insure this thing. Alright, next up we have the Speedo. Now this is like the ideal car for heist. Like back when heist was like, you know, arriving, this was like one of the vehicles. There is another van that you can't have. It's called the D-Classy Burrito van. Me and my friend used to have one of these, but Rockstar made an update where you can't have them anymore. So, you know, now this is the rarest van to have. Alright, so with this van, it comes in different colors. It spawns in red, white, gray, black, and blue. Those are the colors for it. You can't change anything on it, you can only insure it. This is the Hummer, and this one's pretty common. Oh yeah, I'll go through all the rarities for each one of these. Let me switch my bag real quick. Alright, so for this one, you can get this one to spawn fairly good. It spawns on the beach. You can get it there. Usually takes like 2 tries to get it, so it's not fairly too hard, but I don't see people having it in their garage. This thing, there's a spawn spot up in Sandy Shores by the market. If you drive a Speedo there, or maybe a van, you can get a Speedo spawn there, but you're going to have tough luck finding a red or blue color. And I believe gray is hard to find, but I can't quite, no, it was white, yeah. White is pretty hard to find too. So white, blue, and red are the hard ones to find. Alright, Hummer, this Hummer is pretty common. This ain't like, you know, on the high chart of rare, so you know, but there's different ways these things can spawn. See that this one has the bumper on it, or it could spawn with the lights. So you take your pick, or it could spawn with like neither of them. But on the PS3 I have a modded one where I have both the bumper and the lights, because not really people think of stuff like that. People don't really notice the little small features like that in GTA, but I think I was the first person in GTA to actually accomplish that. Alright, moving to the next vehicle. We have this I think this is a compact. No, it's an SUV. My bad. SUV. But this is the Habanero, and this is an overlooked vehicle right here. This is a little bit more rare to find than the Hummer, but it's not like excruciating rare, but it's a pretty nice piece. This thing could be used for tuners. I've seen, you know, in the reality. And it looks really nice in this yellow. It's getting close to Easter, so it looks kind of like a peep in that yellow. I wasn't going for that, but it kind of does. It's a little spoiler-like thing in the back. Alright, let me switch my music off so I can concentrate. And next up, we have the Ruiner. Now, I know you could buy a Ruiner 2000, but you know, back in the day, I used to have like a lot of muscle cars, and slowly Rockstar keeps adding more and more vehicles, and I have to get rid of my vehicles because you can buy them. But anyways, this thing right here, besides the Ruiner 2000 and all that, there's 3 different ways these things spawn in. And on the PS3, I remember you can get one with a roof, or you can get one without a roof. But I noticed on next gen, there's a new one that I've never seen before. It's a glass top. I have never seen a glass top one until next gen, so I didn't know that was a thing. When I seen it, I snagged it and I'm like, holy crap. So I would get one of these. This is one out of the 2 muscle cars that you cannot buy in GTA, so I would get it. There's a lot of cool mod options for it. It's a really great drifting vehicle as well, so if you're a drifter, I would get it. There's another overlooked car, probably my most favorite like overlooked vehicle in GTA. Is the Monada. This vehicle was one I used to drive a lot back in the day. I did all kinds of different colors on it. Back on the PS3, let me get off that. Back on the PS3, I thought it'd be cool if Rockstar did like a lowrider update, like back, you know, like way back before they ever did it. And this is the first car that I thought would be like in an update like that. And it's funny because this vehicle is not even in that update. So it's not in the lowrider update, but you know, it's a great like lowrider to own. There's really nice mod options. Yeah, as you can see with like the chrome flames on the side and the finishes over here in the little stands. Alright, moving to the next one. Oh yeah, by the way, you can find this thing in two different styles. There's one with the roof and one without the roof. I'll get the one, you know, it's all preference, but the one with the roof is just slightly more rare than one without the roof. Alright, so moving to the next floor. Let me go up here. I did have these organized by rarity, but then I thought, you know, it would be more fun if I scrambled up. Plus, it's organized by color. Alright, next up we have the Jeep Wrangler, which is, you know, this and the Rock Crawler one's my favorite vehicle in GTA because I love Jeeps. As you can see, Tropical Voodoo, my crew logos on it. But anyways, off topic. You can have this. This is another non-viable SUV. People like don't really. I don't know if they realize it, but you can also have two different spawns for this. There's one with the roof and one without the roof. I prefer the one without the roof. It looks a lot better, especially when you don't tint the windows. It looks a lot better like that. But yeah, you can buy now you're able to buy the rock crawler one from like one previous update, but you're still not able to buy this one. So I would snag one of these if you like SUVs or Jeeps. Alright, next up we have the Emperor. And there's two different Emperors you can't buy, but anyways, I'm surprised you're not able to buy this. Cause it looks like something you would be able to buy, but it's not. This has to be the most common. I would put all these vehicles in a rare category, but you know, there's slightly ones that's more rare and it's not rare, and you know, like not as rare. But this one has to be the most common one for all these vehicles that you cannot buy. But it looks pretty nice. I remember I made a really great lowrider out of this back in the day. So you can really make this thing look great. You just got to find like the right color for it. You got to find the right wheels for it. You put the suspension down and it looks like a great lowrider. Alright, next up, one of my favorite SUVs in the game is the Sereno. And this vehicle is pretty great. It's a 4-door. You can have a spoiler on the back. It's got a lot of customization skirts. The hood, the bumper, the front, the back. It's got it all. This thing's really great. It's pretty decent speed too. Like this is like one of the best. I would say, yeah, definitely one of the best modifications for like a non-buyable vehicle. I really like this one. Alright, and next up we have what is it? I remember the name. It's the Q2. Yeah, there's the FQ2. I remembered it. But this thing, it looks like, to me, it looks like something that would be in Legendary. I mean, just look at it. It just looks really nice. It has two different colors. As you see, the dark purple on the bottom is where the color is, so you can make like a trim color or edit that. But it's like it looks mostly like a solid color, but it has two different colors. There's no body options for it. You can't mod it in any way, but I just like the body of it. Alright, next up we have like another one of my favorite you know, sports classics would be the Peyote. This thing has like a lot of mod options, just like the Monada does. You can have like the classes in the back with the, you know, the word signs. You have the the wheel on this wheel on the back. You have the motor in the front, the stands, and you got the front. So there's a lot of different mod options for that. I would really get this. This thing spawns in with roof and without the roof. I recommend the one with the roof again, as it has like a nice, you know, bubble-like look to the top. Alright, next we have the Prairie. Now, I believe this is a compact right here. But in the Prairie, there's like a nice, very nice mod options, like the Sereno over there. As you can see, if you look at the front, it's got really nice tuner looking options. You have skirts, you have the spoiler in the back, and it just looks nice just all together. Even on the inside of it looks nice. But with the this is actually a front wheel drive car, by the way. It may not look like it, but it's a front wheel drive. It might actually be my favorite front wheel drive car because I just like the looks of it. But it's it's only got one color for it, and you can put a carbon roof on it, you know, to spice it up, but it's only got like one color. There's no secondary color. Alright, next up we have the second muscle car, which you can't buy. This right here is the Phoenix, and I love this vehicle. It's like a Firebird, and I kept the original wheels on it because that's what it has in real life. So this and the Ruiner are like the only two muscle cars you can't buy now these days, because, you know, sadly, you know, we're losing our muscle cars and Rockstar keeps adding them. But anyways, one of the features I noticed on here that my friend also showed me, because he played the beta of Grand Theft Auto, is the spoiler is gone. You cannot have a spoilerless Phoenix on the PS3 version. So this is definitely a next gen, you know, thing. So like you can have a giant spoiler in the back and it looks pretty cool, but you know, I gotta keep the one without the spoiler because that's just way too cool seeing it without that. Because you know, it's pretty new to me. And there's a lot of different options. You can put motors on the hood. You can add skirts. There's all kinds. You can take this roof and you take that roof off right there. There's all kinds of different options for it. Even in the front, you can take the front and cover it. Alright, moving on to the next vehicles. Also have another garage, don't worry, it's not as big as this one, that has all the rest of the non-buyable vehicles. Alright, so next up we have the BJ. I love this thing. I like another vehicle with great options because I like the little bar in the front, the hook. This thing has two different colors as well. The top of it is a secondary color while everything else is the primary. With this right here, you can also, if you have like a mod on PS3, which I had this BJ on PS3, you can have Michael's body laying in the back, and it's pretty cool. So I used to have that, you know, before Rockstar, you know, reset my entire account, so I had to start from scratch. But it was kind of fun finding my vehicles again, even though I don't have like the modded versions of them. But yeah, you can have a roof option for this, the sidebars and all that. I just like the vehicle overall. It just looks pretty great. Alright, next up we have the only bike in the game that you can't buy. This is the Damon, and it looks pretty nice. It has a lot of good options. Has leather seating, yeah, and then it has like the bar in the back. I just put wheels on it, you know, to change it. The stock wheels look pretty great too. I usually do keep them. But it has motor options and everything. This thing's pretty great. I would snag it on the street if you ever see it. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about each rarity of each vehicle, but oh well. But this thing's kind of hard to find, so I would put it kind of up there. And oh yeah, next up with the rarity, this thing is like ungodly hard to find. Like, if you have a friend that has this hearse right here, it's easy to get one for your friend, but if you don't have any friends that have it and you're trying to get it, it's just brutally hard. Like, I would say it's like one of the hardest, you know, vehicles to get. Oh yeah, another thing is if you have a modder, you can take the casket out in the back, so you can also do that. So you can have like a removed casket. These things usually spawn in black, or they spawn in what was it? I think it was cream. Yeah, it was cream. This one right here is actually my cream one, but I colored it like a metallic white. You know, I want it like a white vehicle. But I don't see them spawn in cream anymore, but it doesn't really matter because you can change the color. I just thought it was nice, you know, it does spawn in cream. Alright, so the next up we have the only sports car in the game. It's you know, it used to be just Assault and then the Futil. Now it's just the Futil now because we got all the other sports cars. But this thing is like a Sprinter and has a lot of body mods for it. So many different spoilers. You got exhaust. You got the back of it. The wheels look really nice, and then you can make the rally bumper. You can also have a like a tuner body mod kit, and it looks really nice on the side. I probably should have got that to show you guys that, but it looks really nice on the sides of it. So you can check that out in the carbon roof and the interior custom seat. So there's a lot of different mods for it. I would definitely get this if you find it on the street. You can just pick it off the street and keep it. And also you can find one without the spoiler and you can keep it without the spoiler, but once you put a spoiler back on, it's kind of hard to put it, you know, off. So if you want to, you know, stand out, you can either put a spoiler but not put a spoiler because it's going to look different. Alright, next up we have the Dubsta 2, and this is the rarest vehicle on PS3. PS4, I'm not sure. I might go with the hearse over there maybe. I'm not sure. But this is the hardest vehicle to get in PS3 because this vehicle simply does not spawn in online on PS3. You had to get a modder to get it. That's how I got mine. But this one, since I lost all my content, I had to start from scratch. There's a new way to get this. You would have to join someone's biker club, and you would go through the vehicles and get a Dubsta 2 spawn, and then you go through that, and then you go to one of the custom shops. I prefer the one by the water at the down part of the map, and you can get one to spawn. Either spawns in chrome, which I do not like that ugly color, or it spawns in gold. I got it like an orange pearlescent on my gold, you know, just spice it up. Alright, but yeah, this vehicle is like really hard. Like, if you had this vehicle on PS3, it looks really amazing. Cause me and my friend are like also like the only ones I've ever seen that have one of these vehicles on PS3. Alright, and next up we have the, what was it? Oh yeah, the Dune Loader, my bad. But the Dune Loader, you know, it only spawns in the Rusty version. It'd be weird seeing a clean one, but anyways. This vehicle looks really nice. I like it. It's like a 1940s truck that they use in the military, and they also use, like, you know, civilians use it as well. So I like the body of it. The body's got like nice body. You can get two different versions of this to spawn. You can have one with the clean stuff with like nothing in the back, and you have all the junk in the back. The one with the junk in the back looks pretty cool, but if you get the one with nothing in the back, your friends can get in the back of it, you know, and shoot and stuff. Also, found out that the Guardian, I see people make YouTube videos of this like 2 months ago, but I literally found I found it out like over 2 years ago that you can get on top of the Guardian and stay on there. I think I was like the first person to find that because I was goofing around my friend and I stood on top of it waiting for my dude to fall off and I never did. So I think I was the founder of that glitch. Next up we have the Tornado, the mariachi car as I like to call it. I used to have like a custom North Yankin plate because you couldn't normally get that plate on the back of this because on my modded one and I had like a custom color on it, but you know I had to re-get everything. But with this it's two different colors and that's pretty much it. You can't really change anything else. If you normally get one of these you can't change it like how I have it right here, but if you get a modder, like if you get it like how I had mine, it had like a custom electric purple on it. You can change the secondary color and it had awesome lowrider wheels on this. It looks pretty sick. I know it's rusty, but it just looks really cool looking when you make it a lowrider. Alright, so going to my next garage. Oh yeah, by the way, the mariachi car is pretty hard to get because it spawns on top of the hill and you have to get it at a certain time. I would look it up. I believe it was like 1700 it spawns. So if I had to go through the vehicles, I would say this one's, I'll sit between low, medium, and high rarity. This one I would put, I'll put them out of 5. This one would be like 4 out of 5 rare. This one would be a 2. This one would be 5 on PS3, but 4 on here. This one would be like a 3. This one would be 5. This one would be a 4. This one would be a 3. I'm gonna go down here. I'll go through the rest of them. That'll help you guys out. This one, I would say like a 2, maybe 2 or 3, 2.5 maybe. This one's a 1. This one's a 3, 3 or 4. No, I'll say 3. It's 3. This one's a 2. This one's a 3. This one's 2. And this one's 2. Alright, going through the rest of them real quick. Remember the lowest number is the less rare, then higher number is rare. This one would be I would say a 1, but you don't see people having this, so it's pretty easy to spawn, but you don't see people. This one on PS3, it was like you can get one to spawn, but sometimes it was kind of hard and it was hard to figure out at first, so I'd say like a 3. This one's a 1. This one's a 2. Another 2, and a 3. I'd give this one a 3 with the roof. Alright, so moving to the next garage. Don't worry, the next garage is the last garage. We're going to exit to the ground. And my ticket ride out to go to the next garage is another vehicle that you can't buy. How's that? Alright, so going over here, we have what I call the skeleton buggy. That's what I give its nickname. I feel like it should be its official name. But, here, wait. But with this thing, you can buy the buggies on here, but with this one, you have to find it up here, somewhere around up here. There'd be a dock, and you would get another dune buggy, and you can get one to spawn. So there's that. Oh, and this is another vehicle I had modified on PS3. I had lowrider wheels on this thing, and it just looked so sick looking. Like, I just loved it. It sounds stupid, but it was like it looked kind of funny, but kind of cool with the lowrider wheels. And when one of the wheels are on there, it kind of, you know, makes it glitch out or it's floating, but you know, whatever. Alright, so we got our carnival music going. Alright, let me go over here, and this is the next garage. I think I gotta walk in that circle. And this is gonna be the rest of the vehicles. After this, it's Alright, so first up, we have, I don't know why I put tinted windows in this, but we have the Surfer. Now you're thinking like, oh, you could buy the Surfer, but I mean, you can't really buy the rusty one, so I'm like, you know, this is like a technical thing, but I separate rusty vehicles from non-rusty vehicles as well. So for the rusty Surfer, you cannot buy it, and it's got like, I would say a 3 or a 2. I would say like a 3 for this, or how rare it is. You can get them to spawn at Sandy Shores. You can get all the rusty vehicles to spawn at Sandy Shores. I'm going to show you. Next up, we have the Emperor rusty version, which, you know, it's funny because there's a clean and a rusty one that you can't buy. But if you want the rusty one, you can probably turn it into a rally car or a demolition derby car, because it really does look like one, especially when you color it like a yellow or a white. But for this, it spawns at Sandy Shores, and it also spawns in industrial places. So I would give this one a 2 out of 5 on rarity, because it does spawn in the city. Next up, we have the Rusty Tornado. There's a lot of tornadoes on this game, so a lot of them, like the clean top, used to be rare. But anyways, this one still is, you know, non-buyable, the Rusty version of this. You can't put oh yeah, the fun thing with the rusty version of this, you cannot put a hood on it, sadly. I wish, but you can't put a motor, yeah, like a motor on it. I don't think there's any modification options for this thing, but it still is a nice piece to have. You can make it like a Mad Max looking vehicle if you want. I think it looks pretty nice. Or you can make it like some kind of old abandoned looking taxi, which I might actually do that since my new crew color is yellow, so I'll probably make this a taxi. Alright, and next up, oh yeah, the rarity for this, I would give, it's pretty high. I would say it's higher than that, so I'll just say 3. It's like a 3 out of 5. This thing, I would give a 1 out of 5 for rarity, but it still is pretty cool. This thing you can turn into a tuner. And there's a lot of, there's not too many body options for this, but there's a few. I mean, you could change the front bumper, and you could change the hood. And with all these other options, like if you change the wheels the right way, you can really make this like a great tuner. So you have to check this out. I'll give this vehicle a chance. I know like people may not like compacts. I believe it's a compact. Yeah, it's a compact. People are not really the biggest fan of these, you know, types of cars, but you could turn this into something. It's kind of an overlooked car. I don't really see anyone have this vehicle. So if you want to be different, try something new, then go ahead. Next up, we have, you're probably thinking, why am I showing the Dubsta again? But this is the normal Dubsta. And I can't remember if I spun around and showed you the back of the gold one. I hope I did in the earlier, but if you notice, this one has a wheel in the middle instead of the side. If you want to know the differences, is the normal Dubsta, which is, you know, not as rare. I would give it like a 3. I'd give it like a 3 out of rarity. 3 or a 2. Or a 2.5 I would give it. But with this, the difference is you see this emblem right here? The emblem is like not as shiny when you look at both of them on each other. There's a different difference there. Yeah, in the middle is on the side on my golden Dubsta, which is the Dubsta 2. And you also have an option to remove the wheel entirely on here, which you can't do on the Dubsta 2. The wheel stays there, which I like the wheel there anyways. And there's a primary and a secondary color for this vehicle, but on the Dubsta 2 there is not. And I believe that's all the differences. I do not know if their performance is different, just like my skeleton buggy. I don't know if the performance is different compared to the others. I would guess the same, but I keep hearing people say it might be different, so I don't know. Alright, next up we have the square baller. Let me get in it so that way you don't get mixed up with all the other ballers in the game. Yeah, that one. This baller. This one's kind of funny because on the PS3 you could buy the square baller, right? You could buy the square baller, but you could not buy the round baller. Now on the PS4 you can buy the round baller, but you can't buy the square baller, meaning this is the first vehicle in GTA history that it was on the store but was like removed, and you know, it's not seasonal, which I wouldn't count seasonal. But if you know that, just like common vehicle wise on the store, this is the first one that was removed. I don't know why it was removed, but since it's not removed anymore, I consider it, you know, like in the rare vehicle case, and sometimes it's kind of hard to find these. Like I would put something between, I'd put like a 3 maybe to hard to find this, because sometimes it gets really hard to find these. Even it was on PS3, even though you was able to buy them. But on PS3 this wouldn't be rare, this wouldn't be in my video, but since it's on, you know, it's on here because you literally cannot buy this vehicle. It's so weird. But yeah, enough talk about that one. Let's go to the next one. Next one, let's go with this. This is the Dukes, and this is more of a did you transfer over kind of thing. Like if you might have this vehicle right here, you know, I'm standing in front of, but there is, you know, if you transfer over, you can be able to buy this vehicle, but if you didn't transfer over, then you're not able to buy this vehicle, meaning it would be pretty rare for those people. But if you did, I'm pretty sure most likely people did probably transfer over from one account to another. So, but I do have friends that don't have access to this vehicle, like they cannot buy it. And it's a really nice muscle car, so that would really bother me if I wasn't able to buy this. So I just want to point that out. But so, you know, if you transfer, you get it. If you don't transfer, then you're not able to even see it in the store. And if you want to add on with more rarity, if you have that, like, I'm sorry, but I do not like this flag, not that one, but the Confederate flag. If you do have a Confederate flag on your car, if you bought that early, then I would consider that rare, because Rockstar did remove the Confederate flag on top of the Dukes, you know, due to, you know, what's been happening, you know, recently. But I don't really like that Confederate flag. I mean, it is more rare if you do have it on there. If you do have one, you know, I don't know if you should take it off or what, but if you do have it on there, it's more rare to have it on there. And you could probably recreate the generally, but me, I just do not like the flag, so, you know, whatever. But if you do have it, it's just a little more rare. Alright, next up, Halloween vehicles. We have the skeleton bike, the Sanctus. And I put the webs on it, match the Halloween look, and this thing has different body options for it. I do like the stock ones, because holy crap, it looks like a giant spider web, and it looks amazing. The front of it, I meant the middle, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It looks like a skeleton. And yeah, and this is the only vehicle in GTA that has red headlights, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of like how the Space Stalker is the only vehicle that has green headlights. But this thing's really nice. You can get the xenon lights, and you can totally ruin that. I wouldn't get it. I hate xenon lights on certain vehicles, but this thing has a lot of different body options, though. You can change the muffler. You can make it look sort of like a normalish bike if you want it to. You can make like round pieces on it and make it look normal, but I don't know why anyone would want that. This thing was available just last Halloween, so it's pretty new. And it wasn't introduced on the first Halloween of GTA on Next Gen. But this thing was about $2 million. I put like $3 million into this thing. So if you do buy this thing, you get a t-shirt with it. You get this t-shirt called something Cheerleader Massacre or something like that. And that was one shirt you get. Oh yeah, you gotta buy it within like a few days. So even when it was still available, it wouldn't be, you know, after those days. But yeah, you get that. You get some Cheerleader Massacre shirt with some kind of boobs on it, or whatever. It don't matter to me. We get this other T-shirt which I glitched on here somehow. I don't know how I glitched it, but I actually got that cool T-shirt on it, and it's called Vampires at the Beach, and it's my favorite T-shirt in GTA. I like that T-shirt. I don't know how. I just luckily got it glitched on there. I wasn't going for it. It just happened. But you know, going with the other vehicles, I'll go ahead and just keep this on. Oh yeah, also managed to get the horn on it. That's one of the 2 Halloween horns you can get. It's a loop horn, and it gets faster as other loop horns go. Next up, we have one of my favorite muscle cars, and this is from the first Halloween, and this is a seasonal thing, so you know you can get this if you did get it, but you know if you missed it, you miss it. There's 2 different decals for this, and I like this one. And the stock horn is amazing. I just love the stock horn. I was gonna make a Halloween horn on it, but dude, I was like, screw that. Listen to this horn. Best stock horn in GTA, in my opinion. You can have, there's Frankenstein in the back. You can have a wheelie bar in this thing, believe it or not. It's pretty weird. Kinda, sometimes I want to put a wheelie bar on it, but my friends like it's just too much, but it just looks funny. But yeah. Yo, yeah, you can't turn it to a lowrider. If you guys are going like, oh, what if you can turn it to a lowrider? You can't. It'd be weird seeing this thing without the roof on, and I'd like to see that. But I bet, you know, if you can mod in this game, that's probably an option. But you know, whatever. But you know, the Frankenstein-looking guy and the casket in the back does shake around, so it looks pretty nice. And the normal options for this, you know, is still there for this for the Buccaneer. So that's what's, you know, off. Next up, we have my Frankenstein. Probably my favorite Halloween vehicle, and if you're wondering why it looks like this, I made a Hot Wheels track that you could check out in another video, and I turned it to a Hot Wheels vehicle. I used this vehicle because most Hot Wheel cars look some kind of like a fictional vehicle. They don't even exist in real life, and I couldn't think of a better vehicle, and look, it has flames and everything, so I just made a little Hot Wheels vehicle for my Hot Wheels track. And I do like this a lot. You can change there's a lot of decals for this. I would show you, but you could probably look up the decals, but there's a lot of different decals for it. There's body options, and a lot of my friends keep I don't know why, but they keep thinking it's a 2-seater, but this thing is not a 2-seater, it's a 4-seater. The other 2 people sit in the back. I just want to point that out because a lot of my friends keep thinking it's a 2-seater, but it's a 4-seater. So that's cool too. So you can bring your posse, you know, with you, just drive along. I remember when the Halloween did come and I got this, I was just listening to Rob Zombie. It sort of looks like that one in the music video. But yeah, you can change the motors and all that on there. And here's the other Halloween horn, which I think I had on my buggy out there. Yeah, this one. And yeah, that about wraps up the video. and I will show you other seasonal vehicles like the Halloween ones. I did have the Valentine ones back when they was rare, but now they're on the store, so they're not as rare anymore. But if we had to pick one more vehicle that you cannot buy, which I had this one, I had a modded version on PS3, but let me find it. There it is, the Sovereign. I had a modded one on PS3 that was just all matte black. It looks so cool. Like, I'm not a big fan of black, but black is the best color to cover all this. There's just like an all black one. People had no idea like what I was driving when I drove that thing in all black. But this is another seasonal vehicle. Comes out 4th of July. I would get it around that time. It's a pretty good vehicle. I might get it back. It's only like 120,000. You know, I would have bought it again for this video, but I kind of missed my all black one because, you know, Rockstar took it. But you know, no worries. But yeah, that's all the vehicles that you cannot buy that you can store in your garage in GTA 5. I hope you guys liked the video. If you want to subscribe, you can. If you don't, you don't, you know. Like the video, don't like it, your choice. I just thought, you know, no one ever done a video like this in GTA. I just thought I'd be doing something different. But that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.